Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be doing the expression evaluation by using stack. Now we have already discussed in a previous video about expression conversions into different notations like postfix and prefix. So do check that video out before going into this video. So let's start with the expression evaluation. Now let us start with the evaluation of postfix expression. Right. So as you can see here, it is an postfix expression where operators are after the operands. We need to evaluate this particular expression and get an answer for it. Right. So in the evaluation of postfix, the algorithm is pretty simple. It's just a matter of simple steps and visualization through the data structure stack, and we just have to make some changes into stack and get to the answer. So in this algorithm, what we need to do is we need to traverse into the expression from left to right, that is from the start, and just have to make few changes into stack and get to the answer. So let's understand what changes we could make in stack. Right, so let's start from the first element of the expression, that is 4. So what we need to do is, if it is an operand, we need to simply push it into the stack. So as it is operand, we have pushed it into the stack. Second we got is 6, so we again pushed it onto the stack. Right, so next we got an operator. Now as we know that operator is something in postfix which will be doing the evaluation onto the earlier two elements, right? So here we got an operator, so we know that we have to make some changes into these two elements, which is changes according to the operator. So what we'll do is, we got an operator as plus, so we'll take these two operands as our operand 1 and operand 2, and simply make the changes with respect to them and the operator. So here we know that we got an operator plus, so we'll pop out this and we'll again pop out the second element. And now as we know, the bottom most element was the first element of this expression, so this will be our operand 1 and this will be our operand 2. So here as you can see, operand 1 is 4, operand 2 is 6, and we need to express this with respect to the operator, which is 6 plus 4, and operator is plus, so 6 plus 4 gives us 10. Now this 10 will be again pushed it into stack, so we need to pop out these two and we'll again push the answer into the stack. So here we have pushed the 10 answer which we got into the stack. Now let's again traverse on the third element. The fourth element. Third element was the operator, so now we are at the fourth element. So now as fourth element is the operand, we again pushed it into the stack, and then we got an operator. Now again as we got an operator, we'll pop this element out and this element out and simply get them into the structure as operand 1 and operand 2. As you can see here, operand 1 is 10 and operand 2 is 2, and according to expression evaluation or the operator, we can see here we have to divide. So operand 1 divided by 2, operand 2, which is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So now what we'll do is, again we'll have to push this answer into the stack. So that's what we do. We simply push the answer into the stack. Now again we traverse. Now the next element is after divide is 5. So again we push it into the stack. Now there are again two elements. Now we again traverse and there's an operator. So now we need to stop and again evaluate. Now again same thing, similar thing. 5 is our first operand, and second operand is also 5, and then the as we have got an multiplication, the expression evaluation will be 25, and then again we'll pop these both out and then get 25 in. And similarly, after we get 7, we'll push it into the stack, and after 7 we got an operator that is plus. So we'll simply evaluate the expression, that is evaluate the these two with the help of an operator, that is plus. So 25 plus 7 will be 32, and again we'll push it into the stack, and then we get this. And this is how we have got to the answer by evaluating this expression in a simple push and pop method. And these two things only will get to an proper answer. And this is what we do in this evaluation postfix algorithm. We just have to check for operand 1 and operand 2, and according to the operator we have to get to the answer. So this was the practical visualization and the steps. Now let us go to the code and express this algorithm into code, and let us see how we can write it. So let's go ahead. So let us start with the code of postfix evaluation. So here I have written some basic stuff for the stack data structure using a linked list. So I have a function called push and pop, which we'll be doing accordingly, that is push and pop method. And all the things are basic, so I've already constructed an stack, right? So now we have to write a function for postfix evaluation, right? So let's start doing that. So here we go. First, the thing is it will return an integer, so integer, and postfix evaluation. It will take an string as an argument, which is the expression. Now first thing what we need to do is we have to traverse this string. So we need a for loop, and we'll traverse it 0 I less than the length of the string. This we are using a function from the standard library given by CPP, and then plus plus, and here we go. Now the first thing what we should check in the expression is it a operator on an operand, right? So if it is an operand, what we know that we simply have to push it into the stack. So if the element is greater than equal to character 0, or it is somewhere between in middle, so anywhere between, if it lies in those characters, then we have to push it into the stack. Now we have to as we have to do some evaluation on the numbers, we cannot push a string into the stack, right? We need to push an integer. So to push something, a character as an integer, we'll simply minus the 0 character from that particular character, right? So s of I minus the character 0. This will give the integer number as we are getting or subtracting the ASCII value from this particular character, right? So this will push the element as an integer into the stack, and push is something like this. So yeah, we'll simply push the thing in the stack. So now else part is if the thing is, or if the character is an operator. So first thing what we need to do is we need to get the operand 1 and operand 2, right? If we get an operator we have to do the evaluation on those two operands, right, as we saw on the in the visualization. So let's just take operand 1 and operand 2. We know that in postfix evaluation, the element on the top is the operand 2, and then the below or the lower one is operand 1. So what we'll do is integer operand 2 will be equal to data, which is the upper element. Then we'll pop that element, and then we'll have another element in this, and again we'll again pop the data, right? Now what we want to do is, now this will get us the operand 1 and operand 2. Now we have to do some operations on these two variables. Now we are checking it in the with the help of operator, right? So we need to have a switch case if we get a particular character. So now if we have plus, minus, multiplication or division, so we'll simply write a switch case for it, right? So we'll be passing this, and the first case would be if the character is plus. So what we'll do is operator 1 plus operator 2, and we want to push this into the stack, right? After doing everything, we need to push it into the stack. So we push this into the stack, and then we'll break, and we'll do this for every case, right? So we'll just copy paste it, and yeah, so if it is minus, we'll minus the operator. If it's multiplication, then we'll simply multiply the operators, and if we have divide, then we'll divide the operator. So this is all for the switch case. These are the four operators. Now if you want another operator like power, you could simply use it with the help of power function in math library. And after this happens, we'll simply have to return the value as top data. So this is what we'll get, right? And this is all, I guess. We have if we have an operand, we'll simply push it into the stack, and here if it isn't, then we'll simply pop out the operator operands, operand 2, operand 1, and then we'll do the things on it, that is the operator things, and then simply return the statement. So let's just check is our code correct. So postfix evaluation, and we have to pass on a string. Let's just check for any error or something like that. Semicolons are correct. Yeah, so this is, I guess, good. So let us take this, and as we know here the answer is 32, so answer should come 32. Just check that we haven't coded this as to get with the spaces, so just check for that, right? So let us run the code and find out the answer. Okay, return. Okay, I didn't give a semicolon, that's fine. And let's just see. Okay, yeah, well, there you go. As we have this as an answer, what we needed as 32. Now you can try out different other expressions to get the answer, and if you think that something is going wrong, just check whether you are getting a float answer, because many times the expression could give in an intermediate state of float answer, and simply the whole expression evaluation could go wrong, right? So simply make those changes by using float into stack, and you are good to go. And that is all for postfix evaluation. This is the code. So yeah, so let's go to the prefix evaluation. So now that we know about the evaluation of postfix expression, let us understand the evaluation of prefix expression. And basically prefix expression, the evaluation of prefix expression is nothing but the evaluation of postfix expression, just in a reverse order, right? So this evaluation of prefix expression is pretty simple and as same as the postfix expression. So let us understand how. So as you can see, here is the example for the prefix example, and this is in a prefix notation. So let us understand how we can evaluate this. So now we already know how to evaluate the postfix expression, where we started from the start, that is left to right, and traverse the whole expression. The similar thing has to be done in this evaluation of prefix. Just the change is, instead of iterating or getting into the string from left to right, we have to traverse it from right to left, right? So we just have to evaluate this prefix expression as a postfix expression simply by just traversing into the other side, or the from last to start, right? So let us understand how this is going to work, and let us visualize it. So here, if we start from the back, or from the end, traverse from the end, so first element is 0, right? So we pushed it into the stack. All the steps are similar, so just like postfix evaluation, we pushed 0 into the stack. Again we got an operand, so again we pushed it into the stack. The next thing we got is operator, right? But now here the tricky part is, in the evaluation of postfix expression, we know that the element which was on the lower side of the stack, we took it as an operand 1, because as it was earlier in the string, right? But here, as we are traversing it from the end, we need to take this into consideration, and instead of taking this 0 as an operand 1, we need to take operand 1 as 2, right? So operand 1 here is 2 and operand 2 will be 0, right? So we'll simply pop this out and make it as operand 1, and pop this element 0 out and make it operand 2, and we'll simply evaluate this with the help of operator, just like postfix expression. Now we have got the answer as 2 after evaluation, and then we'll just push it into the stack, right? So after we got to the fourth element, which is 5, so as 5 is an operand, we pushed it into the stack. Again we traversed, we got an operand again, which is 4, so we again pushed it into the stack. The next thing we got is an operator. So what we need to do is, first thing what we'll do is simply pop the first element from the stack, and which will be our operand 1, and then we'll pop out the second element, which will be operand 2, and then we'll simply evaluate, that is operand 1, 4 into 5, as multiplication is done, operator on it, right? So we got 20 as answer. We'll simply push it onto the stack. So here we have got that answer as 20, so we pushed it into the stack. Now again we'll start traversing into the expression. We got 7, so we again pushed it into the particular stack. So here we got an after pushing it into, we got to plus, which is an operator. So again we'll pop out 7 as operand 1, and pop out 20 as operand 2, and then again we'll evaluate. So 7 plus 20 gives us 27, and then again we'll push 27 into the stack. After that we again start traversing, and the last element we got is minus. So simply what we'll do is pop out 27, we'll make it as operand 1, and pop out 2 and make this a operand 2, and we'll simply evaluate this expression which we got as 27 minus 2, which will give us 25. And this is all. This is the algorithm for evaluation of prefix. It is as same as evaluation of postfix expression, just we need to traverse the string or traverse the expression from right to left instead of left to right. And also the tricky part or the note part where operand 1 and operand 2 are interchanged in this particular section. Rest everything is same, the use of stack is same, and evaluation is also same. So that is all for evaluation of prefix. The code for evaluation of prefix, as we know, is just similar as postfix expression. So we'll just make some changes into the code that we wrote for postfix expression, and let's see, do we get the answer for prefix expression. So let's go to the code. Now, as I said that we have to make just few changes into postfix evaluation to get to the answer for prefix evaluation. Let's just write or make a file for it. So prefix evaluation. Right. And now we know that the code is similar for the as postfix evaluation. We'll just copy the whole thing and get into prefix evaluation. Right. And we'll just rename this whole thing prefix evaluation and prefix evaluation. And I'll just get an example which we earlier solved. So yeah, this is the question that we solved before. So let's just see we get the answer or not. So yeah, so if we have to get the answer, it should be this notation has to give us the answer as 25. Yeah, so this is the example. So let us make some changes in this postfix evaluation code to give it an prefix evaluation. So first thing first, as we know that we have to traverse the string reverse in a reverse way, that is from right to left or from end to start. We'll simply just make changes into the for loop, that is s.length -1, right, and this will go till greater than equal to 0, and this will be I minus minus. This will lead the changes and getting into a reverse stage. And also we know that this is a major part where operand 1 changes to operand 2 and operand 2 changes to operand 1, and that is it. This is, I guess, the two changes that we need to do, and rest everything remains the same. If it is an operator, we simply have to do these things, operator operand 1 plus operand 2 or all the switch cases. And if it is an operand, if it is an operator, we simply have to push it onto the stack, and remaining all is the same. And let us see, do we get an 25 as our answer? Yeah, so as we see, just I could, yeah, so as you can see that we got the answer as 25. So these two changes simply gave us the algorithm for prefix evaluation from the postfix evaluation, and that is it for the prefix evaluation. Here too you could make some changes into the code to get a perfect answer with the help of float, making some changes, making sure that we do not get any error in the evaluation, and rest stays all the same. So this is it. So this is it for in terms of expression evaluation and expression conversion. So these two things are done with these two algorithms which we saw just now. And so that's it for now. Thank you for watching the video.